You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's The Bachelorette After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Bachelorette After Show.
The intrigue can only mean one thing. With over 27 million weekly downloads listened to in 100 different countries, we're your one stop, one destination for true after-show entertainment. I'm JC, and this is The Bachelorette Season 10.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited.
We're all trying to control ourselves. But let's not waste any time. Let us introduce my lovely co-host to the right.
Hey, I'm Cathy Kelley.
And across the table.
Hi, I'm Daniel Jacob Hoyt.
And Danny?
Danny Hoyt, yes,
Yeah.
for the Twitter users.
Let's have you introduce our special guest.
Guys, this person to my left is one of my favorite people in the world, as of about 2 hours ago when I met her for the first time in person, Miss Daniella McBride.
Hello,
Give it up.
hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
For those of you who can only hear, she looks lovely in a beautiful green dress, I will have you know.
Oh.
You can imagine it, or just log on to YouTube and then you can see it for yourself.
Absolutely. Jewel tones, ladies.
Yes.
Looks
Yes,
fantastic.
in the jewel tones.
And
Yes.
you guys should probably recognize her from the Bachelor Bachelorette franchise. She was
Hello.
on Sean's season.
Yes.
Correct. And she's just, I don't know, it's cool to have her on the show now.
We could call her maybe an actress, a host, reality star. Okay, this tells me that you've made it because there's an unofficial website of Daniella McBride.
Ooh.
Yes, so you
What?
found out about this.
He did some digging.
Oh, there's some digging. So after the show, I have now someone who has taken my domain and made a whole fan site about me, which is pretty interesting.
That's probably flattering, too.
That's what I'm saying. She's made it.
Soups.
I want it.
Interesting.
Soups flatter.
I mean-
We want unofficial.
yeah.
I will say, though, it's a little embarrassing to see mine compared to theirs, because theirs is so much better.
Really?
Oh, you gotta hire him as your webmaster.
Yeah.
No, I gotta find out who it is.
Okay, before we go any further, though, the real star of our show, running the ones and twos, Miss Roya. Roya, I've known you for so long, and I can't say your last name correctly. Tahari.
Tahari. Don't make me sound like a terrorist. Tahari.
To Harry the terrorist.
It's
Has
like
a ring.
anal,
don't.
but anal.
Anal. It's like anal with an M.
Oh no, we're not going there.
Yes.
We're gonna go there.
We're
But
gonna
we
go
are.
there.
We're
But
2 minutes.
we are.
Stop with the pun. Oh my god. And of course, the superstar guests, our audience.
Guys.
We're not a show without you guys, and we are so happy to join us on this. Wait for it.
Journey.
Yeah.
I
This
love that.
journey.
I think they're all in it for the right reasons, though.
All of them.
We're gonna keep-
25, 26 technically.
26.
20,
We'll
oh,
talk
that's
about
right.
it, yeah.
That's right. We'll bring up the pictures we have queued up. But of course, I do want to start out with overall thoughts. What do you guys think of this brand new season?
Let's go to our guest first.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh, I get to start.
Overall.
Of course.
How are you
Well,
feeling?
let me just say I was very impressed by the guys. Some not so much, but I will say that there were some hotties where I was like, wow, hi.
I'd
what's your
agree with
name again?
Which we will literally be asking.
There were
what's
so
his
many
name again?
dimples.
So many dimples.
So many dimples.
Yeah.
Danny, why do we come for Bachelorette?
And no, and I don't have any dimples. We should just relinquish this part of the season.
Yeah.
No, I can't lie. I'm
Are
excited.
you kidding me? You had bromance, like, I don't know. I feel like you liked half the dudes. You're like, oh, he dresses real
No, I did make a comment on
He
the
looks
one guy.
good.
Back me up on this. The one guy I called out. I said best dressed of the night.
Yes.
Got what? The
Nick
first
V.
impression rose.
Nick V.
I called it as soon as he walked out of the limo.
Yes.
But, you know, actually, I do want to talk about it, but we should really take a moment in how the show started.
Yeah.
Where Chris opened up about Eric Hill.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I was doing my research, last season left me with a bitter taste in my mouth. I have to say that. And, you know, I think a lot of fans would agree, but when I started, you know, doing my research and getting into it, I read into Eric, and he is I can't put into words how he lived the life that we can only dream of. If you look at his Global Odyssey site, the stuff that he did he was making the world a better place. He was doing his own path, and I definitely recommend you just check out his videos, see who he was. He had he was just a bright light, and I commend for the season being dedicated to him. So it was a great way to start the show in memory of a fantastic individual.
And Chris said something. He said in the coming weeks we'll take a look at that. So I didn't know what that was a prelude to, or what's going to happen in the coming weeks.
I don't know, but I know that there is an Instagram dedicated to him as well. It's like Eric Hill's life. But he just seemed like a very, you could just tell off the bat, I mean, even just seeing him initially, how vibrant he was and
Genuine.
how excited for life he was. So it was cool that they did that at the beginning.
Yeah, and so we look forward to all of that as well.
Yes.
So, well, let's get into Miss Andi Dorfman.
Andy Dorfman.
Thoughts.
I got to give a shout out to Cathy Kelley.
Why?
Because
Because I called it last season.
very first episode last
Yeah.
season, Cathy said, I could see her being next year's Bachelorette, and they're going to do... Can you quote it for us, Cathy? Because I'm sure you remember it.
I was like, I think I said, well, I'm a district attorney, and while I really love my job, I'm so passionate about it, I just want to come home to someone at the end of the day. And that's pretty much verbatim what she said.
Pretty much.
tonight.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Cathy Kelley, that was foreshadowing. In its
I
finest.
realized tonight that she's a DA, and backwards her initials are DA.
R.A.D.
Oh,
AD.
that's cute.
Also AD, standing
AD
for
to
Anno
DA.
Domini in the year of our Lord.
Wow, conspiracy theorists.
Wow.
This is getting too deep.
That was a moment.
All right, so.
I don't really know.
But you know what? I did notice something about this season with her. I see even a softer side to her.
I agree with that. Yeah,
She seems more comfortable. She seems more confident. Oh my gosh, she's so
Yes.
freaking confident.
her edges she had before are a little more rounded now.
Yeah. Her confidence was to the roof. I was like, wow. Like, looking at her from
Yeah.
a female perspective, I
Yeah.
was super impressed.
But not
I want
overconfident.
that.
It was
Yeah.
still, it was
No, it was like
as
a
guy,
classy
Yeah,
confidence.
very attractive.
Approachable, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
But
very
if
confident.
But if you're not on your game,
I
you're
don't
done.
think that I've ever seen a Bachelorette
Agreed.
be that confident
Right,
with the entrances.
Agreed.
I agree. I actually made note of that. I was like, wow. I mean, like, Desiree is one of my best friends, but I think something about Andi that I was like very impressed by was just her presence and how confident and sincere she was as well.
I wonder if it's because she's used to being in front of so many people, like when she's in the courtroom.
Right.
I don't know.
She has to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got to be good with that.
She was a communications major as well, so I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. I did more digging. But I'm just saying, there is a lot to Andi that we're going to learn about this season. So, shall we? Well, of course, she met up with the family first, and you got to see Hi.
Hi.
Yes. So, will he be softer? Because remember, he was the one that he was the intimidator. You can see where Andi gets her toughness from.
Her fire.
Yes. So are we going to see more of Hi? And you made a comment that they do like blue.
Oh my gosh, they were all in blue. Their family looks good in blue. Dark hair goes great with blue. And they were all wearing blue. I had a crush on Andi last season. Andi was one of my...
I had a crush on Andi last season.
I mean, come on.
I think we all do.
So put any color on the trip. But no, I thought it was interesting. They were all wearing blue. It looked good. That house was beautiful too. Like I enjoy their family. Yeah, she seems like very family-centered, centric, and I enjoy that.
Well, her parents have been married 30 years, so I think that's very telling as well.
Yeah.
So
What she values.
yeah. So and of course, there's a lot of firsts going on, and I don't know if you guys noticed. I'm kind of like a nerd. I ended up pausing it when I saw the first tears.
12 minutes?
Oh.
Yes.
Yep, 12 minutes. I noticed that as well.
We keep track of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Last season, we were keeping track of how awesome of Chris Harrison's job is. Because he would come into like an hour and 41 minutes into the episode.
Yep.
And we're like, awesome.
We also kept track of every time Juan Pablo took his shirt off, how many minutes in he was shirtless.
Interesting.
Just in this most recent season. So
So this
we keep track
season-
of weird things.
This season, we're going to keep up kiss count.
Kiss count. We have an over/under. What's your kiss count at?
I thought it was going to be 6, and then we saw that promo, and it was already over
montage.
6.
What if it was the same guy?
I know.
Some of those could have been. I'm at 8.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
I think 8's a good number.
Yeah?
It's a solid number.
over under or right at it.
I would say right at it.
Yeah?
Okay.
8's where I
11.
want to set it at. I feel like
Fine.
it could be even more.
I'm going to go 9. Just
What?
I got to. We can't all pick 8.
11.
Okay, well,
There we go.
25.
that's Bob Guinea. Okay, so be here all week. All right, so moving to the serious stuff, the stuff we all wait for. And
Yeah.
Danielle, we're gonna pick your mind on this one.
Oh,
can't
go
The
for
first
it.
night, the limo ride. And first off, we started off with Marcus, who had the piercing blue eyes. The man who I called like a Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
He was very
Gosling.
nervous but sincere.
Yes.
I appreciate that. A lot of the guys actually seemed nervous tonight, more so than
Right.
in past seasons.
And here we
He
have
had one line that kind of was weird to me. He said, "I have a lot to give and a lot to offer. God willing, forever."
Interesting.
I don't know.
yeah, I
just
remember
want
him
to
saying
use that.
I think he was just like kind of nervous and he didn't know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he planned that.
The way that he said that, God willing forever, that's not how he said it. He's like, God willing, like forever. Like, I want this to be forever. Like,
Yeah.
Cathy, do you think they get retakes?
no.
And that's what I was gonna ask Daniela.
No tattoos.
So yeah, there are no retakes. It's all real. You're super nervous. You're in that limo and you're like, get me out, give me some water because I'm about to step out and I can't go back. So pretty much you're there.
Refresh us on your limo ride, your introduction to Sean.
So I was actually one of the first limos, and I was with a group of, it's the first chance we get to see some of the women. So they're in the limo with us. There's probably like 6 of us, and we're inside like just meeting each other, but we're so happy to have like met people, but at the
Yeah.
same time we're like, wait, you're all so pretty, and hi, like what do I do?
Because you guys also don't see anyone else other than producers for a couple
Right.
days before
Correct. Yeah.
going in the limo. That's crazy.
And then when we get in the limo, it's like, okay, we're about to step out and say hello. So yeah, we have champagne and like we're like having water, but everyone is ready to get out of that limo because we're just so excited for the night.
Now, did you guys get like a shot of something just to calm the nerves? Or did
Yeah,
you
I
want
mean,
to-
I needed a shot getting out of that. I was like, what am I doing? I hope I don't fall on my face is what I was thinking. And then you're so awkward. You start walking. You're like, do I smile? Do I like not smile? Do I just walk? And then you walk and then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to like make up a handshake or something.
Refresh us on what you said. Did you have something planned? What you said? Refresh us on that moment.
So I definitely wanted to I wanted him to remember me. I mean, I knew there was all these beautiful girls, and I'm a little weird. I'm a little out there. I mean, you guys will get to know once you have the conversations with me. But I was like, I was like, what should I do? And then I just like made up this handshake, and I practiced it beforehand, and I thought I was gonna mess it up when I got there, and I think I did a little bit, but I didn't.
Can you still do it?
I could try.
Teach me right
Let's
now.
go right now.
Show me.
I think it was. Wait, I think up high.
Okay.
Up high. Down low, and then this way,
Elbow. Elbow.
and then boom.
Boom. Boom. We're there.
Hey,
I love
it was
it.
a moment.
If that's not
That's
a
a
reason
moment.
enough to watch us live, guys, at AFTERBUZZTV.com, please do. But
Already embarrassed.
please, no, don't worry.
No, that's
There's plenty
good.
of opportunities to see that handshake go down again on YouTube.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
Yes, and let us know what you think. Send us your comments. Please rate us. Let us know what you think, how awesome our guests are, and let us know who you'd like to see this season as special guests. So moving on, let us move on. Now, what do we think? Do we, Marcus, yes?
Yes, Marcus is a hottie.
Big Y, little Y?
What?
Big Y, little Y on the yes?
A big Y.
Oh, capital Y?
Okay.
But
Capital
he's.
Y?
I don't know if he's gonna connect with Andi. That's the
I
only
would say
thing
a
I
yes
question.
with 1 exclamation point, but not like 3 or 4,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, so then let's move on to... I like this guy, Chris from Iowa, the farmer.
Here's why I like him. I'm from Nebraska, so pretty much he's my neighbor.
I
Chris-
lived in Iowa, and I knew a lot of farmers, and they were all very down to earth. But what you were saying,
Here's the thing about
Here's
farmers.
Chris, or a picture of Chris.
Chris. Okay, for a handsome guy, looks like he's a confident guy, like he knows what he's doing. A lot of farmers don't. You know, maybe they just don't care about what they
What?
wear. No, as far as like how they dress.
Okay,
and
I
their
thought you meant
appearance.
like they don't know what they're doing as far as
Oh,
farming. I was like,
no,
no,
they're-
most of them are
they're
like
genius
5th
about that.
generation farmers.
Right. They might not be able to talk to you about astronomy or whatever, but they'll kill you on knowledge about how to run the Earth, which is amazing. A lot of farmers are very wealthy, and you would never know it. And I think that's a very cool thing. It's undercover wealth. They're set for life. They were, especially if they're fifth generation?
I don't know.
believe.
I'm just
Fourth
assuming
generation?
a lot of them.
I have several farmer friends who have millions, and you never know it.
Yeah.
They drive an old
But they're
truck,
so humble, and
very
they're
humble,
like still shop
not
at
lavish,
like
they're
Target,
frugal.
and yeah.
And I respect that a lot. I would venture to say, especially if he's fourth generation, that his family's doing well. Especially corn and soy in that part of the country. You're backed by the government as well, so if a storm, Mother Nature ever hits your farm, government pays you.
You're set.
I have to
pretty much
say,
set.
so while we were watching,
Yeah.
I thought I couldn't place at first who I thought he looked like, and then we realized that he kind of looks like Matthew McConaughey. And I
you
don't know,
realized, and then you sold us. You're so right.
So I ended up, I don't know, Roya, if you have that picture of both
gives us
of them,
time.
it's he like dead ringer, like he could be Matthew McConaughey's younger brother.
Right.
And at first, when you see the picture, like when you just see him, you're like, maybe not. When you see the pictures side by side, if you guys are watching on YouTube, you will like be in shock.
And
It's
let's give
unreal.
Roya some time because she's going crazy. This is the craziest
I
night
know.
for, and that's on your,
There's so
your
many
email,
pictures.
Cathy. Yes, because Danny, you were spot on because Chris actually called him one of the 5 to watch.
Oh.
Yes, something special about him, and not because he's a millionaire. We'll get to that in a second.
'Cause he's humble.
But he's a farmer. Did I mention he's a millionaire? And he is. But he said that all he really wants to do is find a wife so he can complete his American dream.
That's the one thing, though, is since he's a farmer, he really can't move from Iowa. Like, he's established
That's where
there.
his land is.
So would Andi then have to move? Like, I don't really see her
Moving to
living in Iowa. Yeah.
However, he could sell his farm for a large sum of money.
Right.
there
There's
he
the
is.
picture. Okay.
Very
on
handsome.
living.
That is
You nailed that.
uncanny. It's crazy. They look like brothers.
Yeah.
They're brothers.
Danielle,
They're the same person.
What do you think? Would
I
Andy-
think he's like a total American hunk.
Would you move to Iowa?
You know what? I'd have to think about it.
Good answer.
Very well
Des
said.
Moines ain't that bad.
So we definitely like him. So now, Cathy, I don't know if you had time to look up what pantsapreneur
Can you
means.
spell that? Off the top of your head?
Pantsapreneur.
Don't look at your notes.
Damn it. Okay, it's JJ for Roya. Okay,
Pantsapreneur.
pantsapreneur. Can you use that in a sentence?
I'm a pantsapreneur.
You gotta help me, Daniela. Okay.
I can't even do it.
No, I can't either, and I'm looking at my notes. It's got a red line under it.
What even is that?
PANTS. It's okay.
Oh, that's
Makes
right.
pants.
Entrepreneur pants and okay, gotcha.
yeah.
He makes pants.
Pants.
He's a,
Yeah, I will say initially I was like excited to see what this guy was about because I'm from San Francisco and I feel like he would maybe hang out with the crowds that I knew. And then he came out and I was like, oh, he's a little dorky, but like it's
Yeah.
cool.
he's looking all J. Crew in that
Yeah.
shot.
That is
Very
that's a J.
Abercrombie
Crew
and
sweater.
Fitch.
That's funny.
Did he stand out? Did the introduction stand out?
I mean, he
too?
had the bow tie definitely stood out.
Oh, I will. What did he say? He said at the end when he left, what was it, you guys? Come on.
I don't know.
Have a
He
good
said,
one.
Have a good one.
Yes, he goes,
Have
"All
a
right.
good one.
I have a good one. Like, I'm not going to see you in an hour.
So
Hey,
dorky.
Cathy, let's have a beer after this. Have a good one. Let's-
Have a good one. He's 6'5" with a size 14 shoe.
Hello.
Ladies, what does that tell you?
Moving on.
That he's very balanced.
tall.
He's got good balance.
And his feet are proportionate to his body.
No, but Danny's right. No, there's a
He's got
pattern.
good balance.
A lot of very tall gentlemen.
Oh my gosh.
6'4".
His three
Yeah, a lot of
best
people are tall.
Three favorite
attributes
movies.
are driven, creative, and huggable.
Oh, I'm so huggable. What do you think his real name is? JJ stands for what?
Just
John-
Jared.
John Jacob?
I think it's.
Jingleheimer.
I could be.
What
What was it?
No.
John Jacob.
Jingle
Oh
Heights.
yeah.
Okay, I know.
My mom used to sing Daniel Jacob.
I mean, it could be Jack Johnson. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, little
Nice.
banana pancakes.
All right. So, okay, a lot.
I'm with you.
There's a lot.
Justin Jared.
I'm with you too. It's okay.
I don't know. I'm just coming up with J names.
Okay, so we said he's kind of goofy, so let's move to the smooth criminal that was Markel. Segue.
What if,
Sorry.
I was
he
thinking, what if he was
Smith
Juan?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And so he shortened it to JJ.
They'd be like, JJ, it's okay.
No, but no, we're retiring that one.
Markel.
Markel.
Okay.
Hey, Markel wins the award for second best of the night. Let me say this right now. He was very well dressed, and I would venture to say that he probably dresses himself. He looks like he's got style, so I appreciate that from him.
What's a sponsorship salesman, though?
So if he works in Las Vegas, my guess would be, first guess, that he works for a casino, sells sponsorships for the casino, possibly for fight nights or for slots or things like
smart.
that. Which means he's got a great personality, he's great with people, very confident, and probably made it for himself.
But he only has a 10.5 shoe size.
Roya.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything, Roya.
But no, because I mean, did you see the size of his tie? Very, very thick knot. I'm just saying. All right. So, cookies and cream. Can we call them kind of cookies and cream? Because he had the whole cookies.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. This is your ladies takeover.
Go.
I mean, I will say the cookies were a plus. I bet she was hungry. I've been there that night. We're all starving. And so I think it was cute that he brought cookies.
Yeah.
And like testing it out was fun. And it made, I'm sure, Andi feel really comfortable. I would feel comfortable. I'd be like, cool, I want some cookies. Let's talk about life. I mean, I think it was a smooth move.
Yeah.
It's a memory.
It's a memory.
Yeah.
I would give a shot to any guy that brought me even a single cookie.
You know, if he
That's a
doesn't
path to your heart.
Yeah.
You don't even understand.
I don't.
cookies and cupcakes, come on. We know you as Cupcake Kelley.
Yeah.
So match made in possible heaven. I'm just saying.
I wanted those cookies.
All right,
was
so let's move on to Tassos.
Tassos. Now, I thought he said tacos.
Tacos with, with an S.
It's like
I wanted him
anal.
to. It's like
Tacos with an S.
It's tacos with an S. That's how I spelled it. I literally wrote down tacos with an S.
I would have loved to see him do that. It's like tacos. Here's my thing with this guy, right off the bat. And I
Don't
said
like
this
his
to him.
earrings.
Right.
Don't like his earrings, but I liked him by the end of the night. I really, like, he
grew on you.
Yeah, he grew on me. I like
Agreed.
this guy.
I loved his personality. I think that's the sexiest thing in a guy's personality. So he killed it.
Okay, so what was, okay, you have to explain to me. I was too busy writing notes. What was their greeting? What was the lock and key thing? Please.
I don't remember what country said this was from.
They
you
do
remember?
this in several countries, though. They do it in France. They do it in.
I believe it was France,
yeah,
the one he
that
said.
he said?
You lock the lock and you throw it into the river, but
Yeah.
then he had her throw it into the little well there and make
Right.
a wish. Here's the thing. Here's the reason I like that. Because if for some reason he makes it to the final 3, 4, whatever, they're going to have a moment where they're going to go unlock that together. You know they are.
No, the reason. So the thing behind it is you never unlock it because it signifies your love. So
Right, but they'll take it and they'll like move that somewhere. They'll do something with it is what I'm trying to say.
Put it like in a bachelor museum, like this is where...
Maybe,
it's
but
like
they'll-
if you unlock it, you break up immediately. Like that's just what happens.
Brujeria, okay.
All right, I don't know.
Danielle, thoughts?
I mean,
Did that-
you mean the lock? That portion
Did you
of
think
it.
it was clever or dumb?
You know what? I thought it was really cute. I think Andi enjoyed it. Would I
Yeah.
enjoy it? No, probably not.
Okay, that's what I want to get at. Just like, does it work for you? Because ladies, do these, you know,
There were
these
certain
opens
things-
work for you?
That one, I thought it was cute. It wasn't. It seemed a little bit cheesy. I personally thought the lamp thing was hilarious. I don't
Yeah.
know why
We'll
she
get
didn't think
there.
that was funny.
We'll get there. I have things to say
Yeah.
about that.
We'll
as
get
well.
into Lampgate in a second. So, Daniela, I got to take it to you because
Yeah.
we got to move on to Cody. Like, give Roy a
Cody.
Yes, Cody.
Oh, Cody, that looks like Sean. Lowe.
I want to call Cody the dental hygienist, but wait, no, he's a personal trainer. I get them confused because
Yeah.
the women, you know, I always
They
see...
look so similar.
Yes.
Similar body styles.
he's literally the doppelganger of Sean or whatever. I mean, not that picture, but they look
I mean,
alike.
look at the traps on this guy.
They look alike. I'm not saying they're twins.
If everything from
They
the
look
eyeballs
alike.
down.
I don't, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, if you like, yeah.
You
so
see it?
if you go
I
mid-ear
know.
down, that's Sean
he
Lowe.
needs a
yeah.
little more hair, and then he'll be Sean a
Yeah.
little bit.
That- no.
That's
That,
Sean.
yeah.
If you go like that, I mean, I
a good
see it.
point.
Just cover up the eyes and the hair.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Do I think he's a good one for Andi? Probably not.
Do not pop your collar
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, ladies,
that.
can I ask you a question? Any guy that walks up with a popped collar on a suit check. This is a vest. It's built like this. You weirdos. Tuck it in.
If you're listening, Danny has his collar popped
No,
on
I
his
don't.
vest.
I have a vest and it's built like can't fold it down if I want to.
I'm worried about this guy. I think he's going to be the guy who starts a lot of trouble.
I agree.
Because there's a quote on tattoos. You don't put a bump of stickers on a Mercedes.
Uh-oh.
I got 2 bumper stickers on my Mercedes. I have 2 tattoos on my body.
I don't know where you're going. It is late. This is AfterBuzz After Dark.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
I drive a Corolla.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yeah, because he does stick around. So
Was he the guy that pushed the limo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pushed the limo.
Pushed the limo.
That was actually funny.
I will
that
say
was,
that
that was cute.
They picked up on each other's accent. Like he kind of started talking a little southern.
Why does he
Yeah.
have? Why does he have that southern accent when he's from Chicago, though?
Right, but
I
yes,
don't
he
understand
was,
that.
He was starting to talk. I do that. You start talking to somebody southern, you're like, oh my god, your baby's so ugly. You're, I mean,
Isn't that nice?
isn't that nice?
All right.
He was just feeling her vibes. I
He
guess.
was. He was feeling her.
He was like trying to.
vibes.
She was funny though. She called him out. She's like, "Why are you so winded if you're a personal trainer?"
That was funny. Yes, that,
That was
very
funny.
Well,
That's true.
do you think she's well? Because we do know that she does have to keep a few. You know, this first week she really doesn't have to eliminate a lot of people. She's keeping some for that could make like producer picks. We could say that'll make a good show.
Yeah.
I also think that he probably made a better impression than some of these other dudes that she might
Absolutely.
have not gotten time to talk to.
But the quality of the impression is of the impression is what
Yeah.
I'm putting into question.
So it's something we need to learn on. Don't judge a book by its cover. But I will ask him what you bench.
Or a guy by his collar.
Okay, so let's move on to Steven the snowboarder. Steven from.
He's just stoked to be there, bro.
I was thinking.
How stereotypical though. I'm stoked.
You know
to
what?
be
This
here.
is another example. Did you notice this of where she kind of gave it to him back? She's like, "Well, I'm stoked you're here too." Like she kind of
Yeah,
said
she
it back.
Oh, and
played.
then he
she
said
played
y'all.
with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think she was the one who said stoked. He didn't say stoked, and then she said stoked. It was really cute. She was like trying to like be California. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Are the ladies freezing? That's all
No,
we want to.
we're good.
We're fantastic because it's a hot show, Roya. There we go. Okay, so let's.
Because we all have the colds or whatever that was. Remember that guy? He's like, "Do you have the flu?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're so hot."
You're so. Oh, you have fever. He's like, "No, I can make a prescription. We'll get there." Yeah, he said because you have a
Anyways,
fever.
I was trying to relate it back to
It
the
didn't
show.
work on the after show, and it didn't work on the show. Okay, I think. I don't know. Okay, let's move on.
It's getting hot in here.
Let's move on to Rudy.
Rudy.
Rudy the attorney. Okay, right off the bat, I thought there can only be one attorney in the house.
No, I could see them understanding each other. They have this mutual understanding. It's nice to be able to vent to someone who knows what you're talking about at the end of the day. But I never thought that attorney humor was funny, and this proved
Danielle,
right.
is Rudy an attractive guy at all?
I would say he's attractive.
Okay.
I remember specifically making note, bad move. Whatever he did, bad move.
He gave her the contract, didn't
Yeah,
he? The
it
little,
was-
handwritten
it was
contract?
some-
voluntary fourth waiver.
It was
and he,
really
wrote it down.
strange.
And so it's probably something that she gets, but
Yeah.
we as an audience, since we are not lawyers, did not get.
I think Andy's gonna look for someone that balances her out. I think someone from left field, possibly.
Right.
You know, someone. That, yes.
She did make that comment. She said when she was talking to which guy was it? She was talking to one of the guys, and she said he's definitely my type, but there's a reason I'm single, and so maybe my type is changing.
That was
it was the basketball player,
She said it a few times.
Josh M. I believe
Yeah.
it was the former pro basketball player.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought that was a good foreshadowing thing that they put that in there.
All right, so keeping up with athletic guys, we'll get to Josh M because boy, is stout. Let us move on to Carl, the firefighter. The firefighter who, good look. I thought he was a good-looking guy. You
Yeah.
know, let's see if you guys. Do we even? There's. It's such a blur.
He's
isn't
from
it?
Fort Lauderdale. I remember. I wrote that down.
He's a CrossFit guy, so you know. Okay, when the shirt comes off, you know the ladies are gonna love this
Yeah,
guy.
but I just hate CrossFit guys because all they do is talk about CrossFit. Like I feel
That's all
like
they
that's
do.
probably like on his Twitter profile. It's like Carl, I like CrossFit. It's on his Tinder profile. He's like Carl, I like CrossFit. It's on his Facebook. He talks about
Hashtag
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
He'll like Instagram photos, like inspirational quotes. It's like CrossFit is life.
He's that guy who walks up at a party and he's like, "So I do CrossFit. Have you ever done CrossFit?"
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No.
we are terrible. We are such judging books by
Listen,
their
I'm not saying
cover.
that Carl
can't
does it.
work.
I'm just saying that people that do CrossFit in general, I feel
Yeah,
like you
that's
know
the
within like
perception.
5 minutes of meeting them that they do CrossFit.
But did he? I believe he brought her like a globe.
He did. He brought her a
so-
globe.
That's cute.
Right.
So see, there's.
I'm not knocking Carl. I think Carl is a great dude.
You wait till that shirt comes off. That boy's gonna have more. He's gonna have muscles on his teeth.
Hey, Carl. Good to see you. Shout out to Carl for having the the smallest profile, I guess is the best way to say it. That is the least expansive profile of all the guys so far.
Yeah, a
He
little.
likes Banksy. That's cute.
Yeah.
Is it because he
Short
didn't
and
know any
sweet.
old
Probably.
artists?
What artist? Banksy. What's that guy who draws on walls? That one, Banksy.
Never judge a guy by the length of
Wait, his favorite
profile.
magazine was Men's Health because they had an article on CrossFit.
Carl, right here.
Okay, the next one is the one that we were talking about, the Mr. Jason, 35
Jason.
years old. Is
Jason.
he the oldest, by the way? Anybody else write this down? I think
I
30.
believe
I believe
so.
he is the oldest.
Yeah.
Or one of the older ones.
This is the guy who said, I'm a doctor.
Yes.
Oh,
And he
the
said-
doctor.
He said, I have a talent. I can
Diagnose someone by
diagnose
looking
someone
at
by
them.
looking at
Right.
them. He said, I think you have a fever because you look pretty hot.
He is
Wow.
okay.
Ladies,
Can we talk about this though? He is a
Please.
very attractive dude. I
Cut the
wish he
hair.
cut his hair.
Yeah,
how do I
cut the
do
hair.
this?
I mean,
He's a very good-looking dude. He's got the bone
the
structure.
hair just
He's
is
got
like
the eyes. He's
too
got the
Brady
smile.
Bunch.
Yeah.
I mean,
He looks
He looks like a
completely different.
surfer.
right.
Like
and,
he looks like he should be the snowboarder surfer.
right, and I think surfers are great, but I just feel like that doesn't express who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's an urgent care physician. He's busy. He's working like 18-hour days. He's saving children.
Right.
He may not have time to read Men's Health to see the latest haircut.
To do CrossFit.
I'm just
I think it was his. I think it was his intro.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
it was
gi-
a
okay.
little too awkward.
Yeah, it kind of like failed. You know, okay. You have those moments. You have it in your mind. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this. And then when you get there, it comes out like blah 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 blah. And that kind of happened to him. So
Right.
Yeah.
that just
I don't think that he's gonna have a problem getting dates when he goes home.
Yeah, I
he's
think he'll
a
be fine.
good-looking doctor.
Right.
I know. I mean, come on, from Wisconsin.
Toby
I mean,
Keith, Dead
Michigan.
Mouse, and Led Zeppelin.
Oh,
Those
gotcha.
could not be farther apart. He's got country, house, and old school rock.
He's one of those people that when you meet him, you're like, "What kind of music do you like?" And he's like, "Oh, everything."
Literally.
Everything.
There's nothing I don't like.
I would not give him a rose for that. That would drive me crazy. Okay, so let's move on to a surprise Nick V. Who
Yeah.
Danny, you called it. I think. Do clothes make a man? Make the man.
Clothes don't make a man, but they tell you so much about someone. And as soon as he stepped out, I said this. I said,
did.
oh my gosh. And I asked you to rewind it so I could see. He's got the polka dot tie, the pocket square, Italian cut suit, brown shoes with an... I mean, he was dressed well. That's a wide cut collar. That was a well-dressed gentleman. I appreciate that because they took the time to make it happen.
I think you're right that clothes do tell a lot about a person,
Say a lot
and
about you.
your clothes tell me that you really like denim.
I enjoyed denim. It's part of my name, Cathy. Denim Dan.
What is going on here?
He's wearing a denim vest and denim pants.
He looks great.
He
I
looks
know, it's-
fantastic. Like,
I
all
just
you
think
guys
it's
look
funny.
amazing.
Daniela, listen, we've
I
never met
like-
before today. Is my outfit okay?
No, I think it's cool. It shows your
No,
personality.
I think it's okay.
I like it. I'm a fan.
Wait, can we listen to what you just said? No, I think it's okay.
No, I like it.
We're gonna have to
I didn't say
separate
it's
you two.
okay. I think it shows like
No, it's
you're-
a good looking outfit.
I like it.
Daniela, you're here
I dig it.
32 minutes and you're taking over the show already.
I know,
You're screwing
sorry.
us up. I'm like,
I do that sometimes.
Thank you, Daniela.
okay, Daniela. Okay, I was
He
gonna ask
was
you.
well dressed.
He looks to me like, I don't know if you guys can catch this reference, Giovanni Ribisi. See if anyone knows who that is.
Interesting.
He's kind of like, I don't want to call
Suave?
him like no, like kind of like. I want to maybe hipsterish. No, but he's like that
No.
techie, geeky kind of, or maybe it's because of the shyness, because he was so shy, and I think that told me a lot about Andi when she. I don't know if we're gonna jump ahead, but he just seems like it's endearing, kind of like a
Yeah.
Michael Cera. That he's like, oh, he's.
I'd
Kinda
rather
goofy.
have that guy that was shy and kind of nerdy than someone who's
Right.
so outgoing and able to talk to anyone, because
Yeah.
I find that more sincere.
Actually, it's funny because I have this huge personality and I'm like very outgoing, and I'm sure maybe I don't know if you're the same way, but I tend to go for introverted guys.
Really?
you want the
Yeah,
yin yang
because I think
Yin
they're
yang.
like, I'm very intrigued. I want to find out more. Like,
the
why
yin
are they
yang
soft
wang?
spoken?
Sorry.
I don't know. It's not that I haven't gone for an outgoing
Yeah.
guy, but I could see why she went for him.
I think it says a lot about him what his all-time favorite movies are. Let's talk about this. The Shawshank Redemption, top 10 movies of all time. Dumb and
Yes.
Dumber, top 10 movies of all time. Snatch, top 12 movies of all time.
Okay,
Those are fantastic movie selections.
I love that we're going deep.
And he said a rose, ...
his favorite flower.
Okay,
Duh.
why do they ask guys what their favorite flower is?
It wasn't on all of them.
Okay.
I mean, I think that they ask you. You probably had to fill this form out.
Girls, I could see that.
No, but you have to fill out a
you
form.
definitely get questionnaires, and then you have to just fill it out and just answer whatever you
Aren't
feel.
they pages long?
Really?
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but yeah, they're very long.
I mean, I've heard that from other
Yeah.
people. It's
Yeah.
like a 12-page form or something. I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
how long
it's
it is, but
definitely
it's
intense, for
pages.
sure.
And so then they take like a couple of these answers, the best ones
Exactly.
from everyone, and they're gonna keep like for everyone they have height, shoe size, tattoos, hometown, occupation, obviously. But then you have like a couple that are just random, answers and questions.
And once again, 6'2". So it's these tall, strapping...
Tall dudes.
Yes. And I don't know, flowers, I don't know what guy knows their favorite flower, birds of paradise. Let us move on to our next, I believe it is Dylan.
Dylan, 26.
Speaking of confidence, he was nervous.
Yeah.
And his tie knot was way too big.
But you know what? I wrote
He's
down
one of my
cute.
favorites. He's
Yeah,
so cute.
super
Oh my
cute.
gosh, his dimples. But I think that so this is kind of skipping ahead. He seemed very unsure at the rose ceremony, but like in a negative way, where it almost seemed like
He didn't wanna be there.
No, not that he didn't want to be there, but that he would be insecure throughout the season, and then it would kind of like screw up his chances of.
Okay.
Well, I mean, first off, the rose ceremony the first night is so uncomfortable. Like, everyone is, like, not themselves. That's why when you get to the house, you feel so excited because you're in such an abnormal experience the first night. You are just, like, beyond nervous. Like, no one is who they are the first night, let me tell you that.
Really?
Yeah, you're not the same person.
So you're saying what we see tonight is basically the opposite of we'll possibly see this season.
Exactly.
Really?
Is there any way to break through that?
Well, you know what?
Or is it
She's-
just what it is?
I think you're right, because there was a snippet about Nick V, and he was having like a little bit of a confrontation with someone this season. So the shy guy, you see that he has some biting teeth to him. So I think you are right.
No, it is true because when you're just yourself, you're no longer in that uncomfortable situation where you're like, am I gonna go home tonight and see my family and friends, or am I gonna stay? Because you're so freaked out.
I think also a lot of like the people that they put in there intentionally to cause drama, like the Kalens and those type of people, they are what they want to portray themselves to the camera. And then finally, like after a few weeks, you don't really care or not that you don't care, but you can't hide yourself anymore.
I think that everyone is who they are, and that's like the best way I could say it. I think the producers do a great job in showing people who their true colors are.
Really?
People think it's all fake or it's all this, and it's not. It's really real. In the ways of, obviously, any show on any TV is going to be edited the way they want it to be edited. But there's no way they could change a person to be a different
But
person.
there are certain people that in the past, like Michelle Money, who got a really bad edit. She was the villain of her season, and everyone loved her. People still love her.
Right.
So
there's nothing wrong. That's what I mean. She was who she was.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they just edited her in that way.
Okay.
would you say you were accurately portrayed on the show?
The thing with me is I wasn't really showed that much on that season. I think that my personality was shown. I mean, I cracked jokes a lot, and I was like, whatever, I'm having fun. So yeah, they did. I think they did a great job. I just don't think they got to. Not all of America got to see really who I was. So.
All right.
But they get to see you on the after show.
No, because honestly, you're here for about an hour, and hopefully you're welcome back, definitely.
you.
But I think after an hour talking to someone, we're live, you start to get to know the person. You really can't hide behind things.
Exactly.
So this is the Daniela we got. So right on. So
Here we go.
let's move on to...
Oh, I just wanted to say,
Yes.
Dylan, it said his favorite soft drink or juice is apple juice.
Cute.
Apple juice. What's wrong with that?
It's just funny.
Why? What's your favorite juice or soft drink?
Soft drink, like soda, I don't know.
Yeah, soda's generic.
Root beer,
What kind of soda?
Root beer, Diet Coke,
Wait, let's go around the table.
Cherry
JC?
Coke.
CrossFit soda.
CrossFit soda. And your favorite apple juice or drink or soda?
Would I pick apple juice or soda? Is that what you're saying?
No, it just said favorite
all,
soft drink or
soda
juice.
or juice.
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question.
Yes.
We'll come back. We'll let you
Come
think
back.
about it.
Let me think about
Pineapple juice.
it. Maybe cranberry.
Mine's
Cranberry
like
juice.
pure apple
Pomegranate.
juice.
Oh,
I'm
I
with
like
him on
that.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
acai. Oh, I like
Ooh,
that
that's
too.
a good
Soft
one,
drink,
too.
coconut water, Gatorade. There's so many options.
Let's just keep going.
You guys are getting me
Fiji
thirsty.
water, Go Girl.
So,
Coconut water.
what did we think Patrick would drink? He looked like Superman.
Here's what Patrick would drink. Perrier. He's from Newport Beach. He seemed like a little bit like a...
Gatorade, I thought.
Patrick
was a soccer player, yeah.
Yes, Patrick is the one that had the fantastic entrance, because at first I thought he really was a soccer player. I was like, oh no.
Well, he does. He is a soccer player.
Yeah.
But he kicked it out in symbolism of Juan Pablo is out of your life.
She was like, not another soccer player. He's like, I am a soccer player, but I'm not going to be like him.
Yeah.
He just he looks like he has this ego.
That's
He's
what
going to totally have throughout the season if he's still there.
Yeah.
It's just like this, yeah, dude, you're on my level. Like with that guy, like, you're on my level. We're on the same level. I'm like, okay, buddy.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminded me of, I'm serious, he looks like Superman to me.
He's a good-looking dude.
He does kind of look like
he could be a Superman.
Cavill?
Henry Cavill?
Cavill, yeah.
He kind of looks like Philip Rivers a little bit.
Philip Rivers, there you go.
He looks like someone.
Jeremy Irons for you film freaks, there you go.
He looks like his parents are members of country club, and he
They own a
goes
yacht.
there. And
He's on the same
they
level.
tried to set him up with like a girl, but it didn't really work out because he's kind of a player. But he went on this show, and
Exactly.
Drake fostered the people in AWOL Nation.
Wait, Drake?
I mean, that's
wow.
I'd say that's one of my tops as well. I love
so
Drake.
he'll be at Coachella next year.
6'4", size 13. I'm just saying. Okay, so
What's his tattoo of?
He has a tattoo.
I'm always curious when they say tattoos. Like, what is it of?
I do not know. Let us know, AfterBuzz TV Nation. So, because we're at 40 minutes in and we still got 300 contestants left. Let us move on to
one of the favorites of the night.
Hold on. Amel?
I'm sorry.
Anal.
Can you say that again?
I can't even say it. I'm too afraid.
How do you spell that?
It is.
How do you pronounce that?
It's spelled E-M-I-L, but it's pronounced. He said it's kind of like anal, but with an M. Who says that?
I want to know how many times in his life he's said that. And when you looked at the edit, they cut right to the beginning of that. I want to know how long the conversation went on before he was like, it's like anal with an M. Like he was like, oh my God, get it already.
But you know, he was so nervous. You could tell he was pressured speech. But what was his thought process?
Preferred type of dancing, twerking! Exclamation point.
Twerking.
There we go.
He looks like he teaches social studies in high school to me.
Yeah.
He's the
good
cool
one.
He's not like the normal teacher, he's the cool teacher.
He's
Or
like
the one
the
that
cool
tries
teacher.
to be. Or the one that tries to be. Like,
He's like, he writes on the board, he's like, don't call me whatever his last name is.
Don't call me maybe.
Call me Amo.
Or he's...
I feel
You guys want to know who the first person in history to twerk was?
He actually looks a little bit like Aaron Eckhart. The smile.
If Aaron Eckhart and Gerard Butler had a love baby.
Oh, there you go. Ladies, okay, facial hair, obviously like a decently built guy, blue eyes. Why is that not attractive?
I think
It's the personality that was kind of off. Like he seemed nervous.
Exactly.
And the anal thing was weird.
Right.
I thought it would be so funny if he ended up making it to a hometown date or something like that, or like he met her family, he met Hi, and he's like, "Oh, your name's Hi, I'm A."
Oh my God.
And he introduces himself to her parents like
Hi,
that.
I'm
like,
Anal.
I wonder
Oh my gosh.
who
So
else
funny.
he's said that to. I mean, I'm sure it's funny, like when you're meeting friends or like meeting people at a bar or something like that.
There has to be something behind it. Like, why did his parents name him that? It was like, it's
Or
probably
maybe
like
he
a
lost
culture
a bet, and that's what
probably-
like his
I'm gonna stop
friends.
talking.
It's probably his family's from another country. That's what I'm guessing.
Well, now,
Yes, I
Daniela,
hope that's what it's
there'll
at.
be
You're
a
spot
chance
on.
because he's part of the family now, right? So I'm sure he's gonna, do you guys still have like the bachelor mixers and all this? And
I mean, it's just such a weird circle. You just end up becoming friends with everyone or like knowing each other. So whenever you're in a location or a city, you can like meet or hang out or whatnot.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
I just wonder. I just feel so. I'm sure that's gonna like haunt him.
Yeah. Emil is a normal first name for a dude.
Yeah,
so
that's what
maybe-
I thought at
yeah.
first. I was like, why didn't he just say
And isn't
male?
there an animal like a it's an emu. Oh, that's different.
I gotta move on, man.
All right.
Okay, so next we have someone that there was a Brett the hairstylist.
The hairstylist.
Who
I like Brett.
I thought his entrance was actually very witty, and the way that they cut it, it was like crickets
Crickets.
chirping.
Yeah.
Can't even talk right now. crickets chirping, but like that's actually very witty to bring a lamp. And he's like, oh yeah, my mother always told me whenever you meet a girl, you never, greet her empty-handed. So I brought this lamp.
Okay, so yeah, because it seemed like we didn't get it, but some of us did. Do you
That's
think America's
funny.
going to miss it in translation?
Some might.
The way that they cut it, I think that it killed the joke.
For us, it was funny.
I mean, he could have brought like tissue or something. I don't know. It would have been more like light. I'm sorry, it was too random.
But
for me.
that's why it's so funny is because
he
it's
wanted
this
to be memorable.
Like it's a huge thing. I wonder if he actually had to bring that lamp from home or they gave him a lamp.
That's from a hotel, I think.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
She kept saying, well, let's bring this back to the hotel.
I immediately thought that.
She was like, I'm worried for you.
Will she have to prosecute? I'm just saying, it's just like the perfect marriage.
Yeah.
Criminal, lawyer, perfect.
Perfect mix.
And good-looking guy. From the picture, the hair. I think he needs his own Twitter handle for the hair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Brett's hair? Brett's
Yeah.
faux hawk?
Brett's faux hawk.
One of his favorite movies is Step Brothers. So
Guys,
he's
there
a
he
funny
is.
dude.
ladies, I have a question for you guys.
Uh-huh.
A guy that's a hairstylist that's straight, is that weird for you, or is that... Because I would say the initial perception that most guys that hairstylists aren't. The guy that cuts my hair straight.
Yeah.
Is that... What do you think about that?
I think it depends.
Okay.
If you were to originally say that, like, oh yeah, like I want you to meet this guy, he's a hairstylist, I'd probably, just being honest, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'm actually dating someone right now.
See, and that's what I'm wondering. Is that job an initial kind of red flag-ish?
It's, yes, maybe initial. I mean, for me, not necessarily. It depends, like, if they own, like, if they're an entrepreneur and they, like, own it, I would think that's sexy and cool. But I think that I'd be curious, like, why he was so
How he got into
interested
that.
to being in the beauty world,
Yeah.
because that's something that I not necessarily would relate
Yeah.
to. I don't know.
Okay, so one of my things is huge pet peeve when guys take longer to get ready than me. I think that's so weird. Like,
Right.
I
you
don't
think
know,
he's
and
one
I
of those
feel
guys?
like I don't know. He just looked like he had a lot of product in his hair.
But you know what?
And like,
At least he could do our hair whenever we wanted.
Spinning it to the
I
positive, Daniella McBride.
I know, right? Like,
love
I
that.
need my hair done all the time. That would be so amazing. But I think it would be, I'd be a little like, okay, yeah, my boyfriend's doing my hair.
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
I'm subscribing to his YouTube channel because he has a tutorial for hairstyles.
Or does he?
Absolutely, I would think. Come on.
He's probably great.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and yes, he kudos to Andi as well because they're such a diverse group, and she reserved judgment, and she's playing it cool. So we're here, all we see, and we're letting it rip because we're kind of like the peanut gallery. We're almost kind of like a roast. We're just having fun because we still don't know these guys and the journey that they're about to take. So
he does seem like a normal dude.
Yeah,
So,
so-
yeah.
but-
Seems like a cool dude.
because right now I made a snap judgment with the next guy, which was Craig.
I'm sorry, you made a Snapchat?
Snap judgment. Sorry.
Just saying.
I'm a little obsessed right now.
with Craig, the 29-year-old tax accountant from Denver. And he's the one that came in with the champagne. He's like, woohoo!
Was that two-party?
I did not think that accountants were that fun.
Okay, I'm going to
funny.
read something from his bio.
Okay.
He once
From
dressed...
Defiance, Iowa.
No, you got to hear this.
Okay.
Ooh.
He once dressed as a stripper for his uncle's 50th birthday.
His uncle? His
Yes.
own uncle?
That is bizarre.
I question his decision-making skills, but he could be like the next Ed Party Ed from Bachelor Pad.
Oh my gosh.
Swiderski.
Yeah.
Swiderski. So he could be the party. He's gonna be the party guy of the group. But is there gonna be more to him?
He did look a little party. He looked a little like he was 3 sheets to the wind at the ceremony
Oh
to
my
me.
gosh.
'Cause I mean I know it's late in the night
Yeah.
or morning technically, but he looked like he had a little bit to drink. He was being a little goofy. And
He was a little strange.
he also told her that he was a hugger
And he hugged her twice.
twice in 12 seconds. I timed it.
Okay, so was he drinking then a little bit? 'Cause
oh, yeah, he was drinking.
Oh yeah.
They don't cut you off, right? Like, I know that there's an unlimited
as-
supply of alcohol.
Absolutely, as much as
Really?
you want.
Of any kind of alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, like, they'll have, the options that are out, and so you can have whatever you need.
Were you hungover the next day?
Actually, you know what? It's interesting because the girls who drank a lot were like smashed the first night and made fools of themselves. But then the girls who most of us, I will say, especially Sean's season, like we didn't drink that much. So we lasted longer because
Yeah.
we knew it was such a long night.
Yeah.
Smart.
All right, so yeah, you know, he's gonna be fun. I think he may be the fun. He's gonna be the fun guy, you know, the cast. I think so.
His top 3 movies. One of them is The Lion King.
That's the second guy that's had The Lion King on there. I can't remember which.
Lion King's a good movie.
I know.
All right,
what's his over/under on hugs?
we'll keep a hug count. All right, so
He's never gonna get a kiss. He only hugs.
this next one is a personal.
Poor guy.
It's a personal chord in my heart because this is
Beverage
Bradley.
sales?
I'm sorry.
I skipped.
Oh wait,
you skipped
Ron.
Ron.
Did we skip Ron?
Yeah.
I'm
Beverage
so sorry.
sales,
It looks
the guy
like
from Nashville.
Tiki Barber. He looks awesome. Good looking.
Yeah.
You know, very, very.
Lived in Israel and
In
Barbados.
Barbados.
Yes.
He seemed very rehearsed though in
Cultured.
his with like everything that he was like trying to get out everything before he said goodbye to her.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like talk to her,
exactly.
like
I
leave
feel
a
like
little
he
to the
memorized a
imagination.
monologue,
Yeah.
and he said
Yeah,
it.
he should have said something like, "Oh, like I'm from, or you know, like I lived in Israel and Barbados. I really want to tell you more about that. Like I have some even, or you know."
So you guys are saying that they're like rehearsing lines in
Or
their mind
like
right above.
if he had said like, "Oh, I've lived in like 3 different countries. Like I want to tell you more about that
yeah,
when we
it's
go
a little less
inside."
pretentious.
I mean, it's kind of also like it gets her wondering like, "Oh, maybe I should talk to
Yeah,
him."
to make some mystery. 3
Yeah.
favorite musical artists: The Weeknd, Drake, and Frank Ocean.
Great,
Frank
great.
Ocean's good.
I love Frank Ocean.
The Weeknd even's great.
I like The Weeknd as well.
Why don't they do this? This is for future. This is an FYI. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but instead of just memorizing, you know, line after line after line, why not just go with the general idea? Because you know it's not going to come out verbatim because you're going to be so nervous and it may seem inauthentic.
The producers aren't going to coach you on that though. They want you to mess up.
Yeah.
I know, but then I'm still thinking about emo.
They probably wanted him to say that. You know that is gonna get memed and retweeted
wanna
so
be
many
memorable.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's for sure.
All right, speaking of, okay, so you guys loved Andi last season. My favorite
You had
was
a thing for Charlene. We all know it.
yes.
opera singer, but now we have a second opera singer, so there cannot be 2 in my life.
Charlene's cousin.
Bradley is Charlene 2.0.
Nathan
You
Fillion's
think
mini.
so?
Maybe they just, you know, they want to hear music all the time.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so impressions, do we feel anything aside from the opera singer?
Nothing.
Yeah, he looks a little too much like a Branson, Missouri performer to me. Like he's gonna perform on stage at like a small time country show in a like podunk town.
I agree.
He wants to build a church, though.
I respect that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
One of his favorite magazines is People, and guys that read People.
The Economist. Bless you. Guys that read People, sneeze.
we just lost
The
that
Economist,
sponsor.
Wired,
Thank you, Kathy.
Opera
I
News,
love
and
People
GQ.
personally, but it'd be kind of weird if like a guy was reading it.
Favorite holiday, Christmas. 6'3", 13 shoe. That big guy.
See,
She's got some tall guys this season.
Daniella's
Killing
got
me.
like the widest smile right now.
It's just so funny. I'm just like, I'm not a fan, but he seems cute and nice.
Do you remember what was on your bio?
Oh, I like falling flat on my face, like most embarrassing moment in high school. It was like the most random things ever.
Okay. All right. So we're still on the fence. It's so early. It's just like we move on. This is the
Yeah.
We don't
chaotic
know
life.
much about them, and it's
Yeah.
just the
And someone we didn't really get to know much about was Josh B,
Telecommunications manager.
who another stricken by the nerves. It was so funny. Like we've said all episode long, Andy's cool as a cucumber, but the guys are just, they wish they had do-overs. They were just so, all of them just nervous.
Oh, yeah. He's got a
See?
long bio. Look at that.
See,
Yeah.
too bad his stay wasn't that long.
Yeah.
he
Negative
was
Nelson.
angry when he left.
Yeah,
That's
so
A little
right.
bit bitter.
Negative Nelson.
did you have anyone in your season that had that negative out?
Well, you know what?
Trying to remember.
I don't mean to even say that he was negative because you're really just embarrassed and you really are like feeling like you're rejected on national TV, and it's not that you're a bad person because he clearly, I'm sure, is a great guy. It's really hard to be selected for the show, so like leaving is embarrassing.
It's
and
an
so his
ego thing, yeah.
was totally down after that. And I'm sure as like, you know, you guys are men to, you know, a male's ego, you know, you want to be like, oh, it's all good, oh, this and that. And that's how I felt like when he left, he was a little negative. But you know what? It's okay. I give him props for just going on the show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm sure you'd feel super defeated. I would feel defeated.
Right.
I think it's how you rise.
I would
from
not
that.
tell anyone I was on the show if I got dumped the first night. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's how
Yeah.
a lot of the girls felt, even, you know, my season. They left and they were just
Because you probably think that
mortified.
you have something wrong with you. Like,
Right.
that's how you
And they're
feel, even though
really
there's probably nothing.
good girls
Yeah.
that left that night, you know?
Dan, he's going to run into a problem because he's from Evergreen, Colorado. So what I'm thinking is the Evergreen Gazette going to run Evergreen's own. Josh B will be on tonight's Bachelor. Let's see his journey.
Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
No, because that happens on
Yeah.
a lot of the papers when they're talking about
Yeah.
their locals on.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's
all right.
it's
He
tough.
can go back to Colorado and chill out.
Yeah. So
He'll have fun.
speaking of someone that's chill but quietly confident, Nick S.
I have a soft spot in my heart for people that are golfers.
And so does
I
Andi.
automatically like you. And she has a little bit of a swing to her. Is that a prelude to something we might see from
Well,
them too?
we did see them mini golfing later in the night, very, very briefly. Tonight was so freaking rushed. Can we talk about that? I know
Yeah.
that it was only a 90-minute episode because of Dancing with the Stars, but his picture's kind of weird. Sorry,
Picture's
it's
a little
distracting
weird.
me.
It's the pose with the purple.
yeah.
The purple pose.
So, and the dog tags. But okay,
the
so
balding.
it was 90 minutes long, and then
beard.
they also cut out, like, normally we get mini packages of all
Yes.
these people, and we didn't see those. So normally there are maybe 6 or 7 people that we get to learn more
Highlight,
about
yeah.
on the first night, but since it was a shorter episode,
Right.
we didn't get that.
Why would they do that? Are you for that? Did you like the change? or do
No,
you like-
I wish that we got those longer packages. I think that it was because they wanted to capitalize on all the viewers going from Dancing with the Stars to The Bachelorette.
6 foot with a shoe size of 9.
There we go.
He's nimble. Okay, so he's quick on his feet. So all right. Write the jokes.
He didn't look that tall when he was standing
Yeah,
next
he
to Andy for
didn't.
whatever
6
reason.
foot to me. Maybe it's 6 foot with the platforms inside of his
Exactly.
size
That's
nine
what I
shoes.
was wondering.
I thought that he was so confident though, and that was
And
attractive.
it didn't come across cocky.
No.
It came across as like, you know, I'm sure of myself. This is who I am. I know who I am.
Exactly.
And I'm going to give you that. And if you
Yeah.
don't like it, you don't like it. If you love it, awesome, because I like you too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, so we're finishing up here. We've got Brian, who, let's see, the Pennsylvania basketball coach.
I respect that a lot.
I did-
You're a coach. You can motivate kids. You have a
Okay.
passion for teaching them a skill that you're passionate about. I love that.
But he was also very humble. He was like, "Yeah, I tied my tie 6 times." Like, I was so nervous.
So it was endearing, you're saying?
Yeah.
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 So, okay, so he...
Ultimately, I don't see that. I don't see them as a match. However, I think he's a. I think he's a
a
good,
nice guy.
A good guy. Yeah.
Okay, all right, so Danielle,
Yeah,
it's
he just seems like a nice guy.
I gotta give him a shout out for this is the all-time favorite movies. He's got Heavyweights on there. One of the best movies of all time. If you have not seen Heavyweights,
He likes The Notebook.
really?
Only real men can
and John Grisham is his favorite
admit
author.
that. Yeah.
Okay, John Grisham?
I'll give him
Andy?
John. I'll give him John Grisham.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, did you...
Yeah.
No, because you didn't know it was going to be Sean or, you know, beforehand, but
Right.
it's just, I find it interesting that he talks about John Grisham and then the fact that Andy's a lawyer, assistant district attorney, how interesting.
I mean, I think you kind of assume who you think it's going to be.
Okay, all right.
So you kind of have a feeling you think you
I like the
know.
little dance you did with that too.
I'm just vibing with it.
All right, so next we have Andrew. I do not... Oh, Andrew, that's right. He was the other half of the bromance.
Andy and Andrew. He said we could make a great couple. Andy and Andrew. It's
He's
got a
from
ring to it.
Culver City. He's a social media marketer.
Marketer.
What does that mean?
Here's my thing, social media marketer. I said this when we watched the show. You got to be very creative, think outside of the box. I
those
bet you
baby
he would
blues.
plan great dates for her.
Okay.
He was the one with the soccer player who was like, "You're on my level. You're on my level." It was so funny. I'm sorry, I can't get over that.
Now, do you think, and also could these be like preludes to future, I hate to say it because it's not, it's who they are, but kind of storylines?
You never know. I mean, they could end up being like really good friends. You
Hashtag
know?
love. Hashtag
Hashtag
blessed.
obsessed with each other. No.
All right, now this one, the next one is Mike. Mike with the long hair, the flowing locks.
People call me Camps.
Okay, girls, would that
You can
impress
call me
you?
Camps.
Would that impress you, Kathy, if a guy said, you know, call me Camps?
It's the hair.
Okay, if you have a
Oh.
nickname, you can't intro
Right.
yourself as the nickname. You have to have a friend be like, oh, this is my friend, you know.
Camps.
That's a good point.
It's kind of weird if you call yourself like, if I was like, oh yeah, my name's Cathy Cupcake. That's weird.
Why do they call you Cathy Cupcake?
That's so
That's weird. I would
is
be
weird.
a crazy person to do that.
I wonder where he got the nickname. Now I'm kind of curious.
I don't know. That's a good point.
Camps. He really likes to go camping.
That's what I'm guessing. It was
Camps.
something to do with the camping.
He's from
stuff.
Utah.
Oh,
not saying
then-
that we're from Utah. Sorry, Utah. Come on. No. But, and he never had one-on-one time with Andi. So was that, because he said that. You know,
Yeah.
so that blew it for him, you think? Or they just didn't gel?
I just could never picture them together.
Yeah.
Because they're
He's
battling
another
for hair
dude that-
products?
I
What's
know,
going
I
on?
wish that he cut his hair too. He's a
I don't
good-looking
know.
dude.
Yeah, I think he would look way better if he just cut his hair.
Maybe
But he's like he
maybe
looks like a
button that up,
really
too.
sweet guy. He looks like a super sweet guy.
Saying.
Hopefully we'll see more
I
of
just
him.
you never
Yeah.
Okay, so
The Black Keys, the White Stripes, and Led Zeppelin. That says a lot about him. That's why his hair is long.
there we go. So, you know, I'm just, hey, I can't say anything about him.
Wait,
really.
he has an engineering degree and he's a bartender?
Yes.
Greatest achievement to date, my engineering degree, and he's a bartender.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
That's telling.
I
Maybe
wonder,
he just doesn't
Yeah.
want to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Maybe
But he
found a
says that
degree,
that's
he's like,
his greatest achievement to date.
So maybe he.
Right. It doesn't have to mean that has to be your life passion.
He's
you know?
engineering drinks now.
Oh, well
Maybe.
done. That's what his business card says. I'm a drink engineer.
And then, of
He should
course.
start a bar like Chris B.
Oh boy, we gotta hurry. Let's get into that because we're already an hour long. Holy
I
moly!
really liked this next guy's thing.
Eric.
His Andy's Mountains dolls.
Yeah.
I love that.
But it's also like Andy's, I don't know.
Well, I thought it was
Andy's
sincere, it was
Mountains,
thoughtful,
Andy's-
it was
yeah.
creative. It
It
made a
was
definite
so
impression.
sweet.
You could tell he thought through it, and I thought it was very creative, is what he had going for him.
You know, he lived a full life. I found out more and more Calvin Klein model as well. Yeah, I mean,
he's very good looking.
He looks like it.
Yeah, so great
Greatest
Yeah.
achievement: scoring in the 99th percentile on the dental
admission test.
admission test, or the backflip I did off the high dive in 6th grade. So he's funny as
That's-
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just an amazing spirit. I can't wait to see what happens, you know.
I agree.
Definitely. So, and last but not least, I call this guy Colgate Smile.
Colgate smile.
Josh M.
Oh, Josh
former pro
M.
basketball player.
Wow.
Okay, I'm letting you
Andy did a double take.
Wow. I would do a double take, wouldn't you?
I would do a triple take.
He was really handsome.
He had the
and just
dimples too.
The cutest smile, and just I could totally see their chemistry off the bat.
Also
You
seemed a little
felt
shy
it.
though.
Yeah, but I'm sure she was
Endearing,
intrigued
yeah.
Does
by
that,
that.
yeah, does that give you kind of an intrigue
Oh,
with
yeah.
guys like that?
That's what
yeah.
I like when guys are that good looking and they're kind of
Yes.
nervous. That's so freaking
And you're
endearing. Yeah.
confused.
Why? What about it?
Because it shows that I mean,
don't-
unless he's like a super douchebag and like thinks that like knows that like that's cute to girls, but like I don't know. I just feel like
I think
guys that good looking should be
Yeah.
cocky assholes.
Let me ask you a question. Former pro basketball player, when you live that
Baseball.
life,
Baseball.
baseball. When you live that life, that's girls are around.
Could it
Right.
be too good
Yeah.
to be true?
So could he be too good to be true? Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
you
Could
know what?
he really know what he's doing?
Could he be like Orion Bowers and
I mean-
be a jerk in the end? Maybe.
You never know. I mean, I think off the bat, looking at him, you'd think like he is that guy who's gonna be the bad boy, but you never. I mean,
But
you
maybe-
never know.
maybe he is
He
pure.
seems really sweet and sincere, and they look like they have tons of chemistry.
He was drafted in the second round. That's crazy.
Pretty solid.
He seemed nice, and they kind of had the like same vibe. You know, I believe he's also from Georgia. So
Yeah,
he's from her
right.
neck of the woods.
He said he
From-
just moved to Atlanta, so they
Yeah.
basically already live together.
basically.
Convenient. How convenient.
It seems a little too like.
How have they not met yet?
It
Oh,
seems
I
like-
guess if he just moved there and she was
Yeah.
All right. So now that we got through that.
Wow.
Okay, so
he was the last one.
Yes, he was. So anything that stood out thereafter? So I'm trying to think of the one-on-ones that she had with like. We already talked about cookies and cream with Markel.
Yeah.
Anything that might have stood out to you guys?
Okay, so the first one, Josh, again, he goes, "My mom loves you."
Yeah.
That's also another really like endearing way to be like, because that's, I mean,
Right.
nerve-wracking when you're going to meet a guy's parents for the first time. Like that kind of like, it takes the pressure off, like, oh, his parents would like me, so this could be a good fit.
Yeah.
I just think it's too soon already. I'm just like, I see all he got.
She just talked about how one of them is going to be her husband like 30 seconds before, so it's not too soon.
No, I mean with this guy.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I
with
think-
this guy, but I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, in general,
I don't
like,
know.
I think
Yeah.
it was sweet. It was sweet.
yeah.
All right. So we moved on Markel, and then of course Eric talked about the global odyssey and
Yep.
whatnot, and then
Tasso spoke French. Tacos.
Eric's one-on-one with her was very cute.
okay, so but we would be remiss if we didn't go into the WTF moment of the episode.
Yeah.
Chris Bukowski.
What are you doing?
Hell, what?
Is this Daniela? What
No,
happened here?
I mean, I think he honestly probably did show up from what I've heard about Chris, just because he, I mean,
Get some stories in there.
I mean, I don't know him personally, but I could see him showing up and being like, I want to be part of this.
I just don't see... This seemed a little bit staged. The rest of the night seemed very sincere for, you know, it being a reality show, but this seemed a little bit staged. Like, when Chris Harrison confronted Andi, she didn't seem... Like, she seemed like she was playing shocked more than she was actually shocked.
I agree.
And then I don't see, like... He said he was there for 7 days. I really just feel like a producer called him and was like, do you want to be on this season of the show? Or like maybe he called a producer and was just like, hey, like, I really like Andi. Can I be on the show? And they were like, yeah, you can try. Like, we'll see if she likes you. And she said, I don't know.
Yeah, because he's too well entrenched into the franchise. He's been a part of 2 seasons of the show.
You don't just show up somewhere.
Right. I mean, I could, you know, the thing is also, I mean, Casey was another example on my season who came and they did it a classy way. They came, they're like, sure, let's see if Sean's interested. And she showed up in the limo on her own. And I don't think that they would have like wanted to show so much of the production and the producers if, you know, it was so much behind scenes stuff that they usually never like to show on the show that it just seemed a little off to me. I think obviously they like that. Any producer would like, why is he here? You know, they want to show that aspect. But I think they would have given him a shot, you know, if they really thought it was worth it. And she just wasn't interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It was just weird, the whole thing.
And her reasons are very well thought out. You know, she said it wouldn't be fair for the other guys that traveled across
And
country.
you start off by upsetting them. Yeah.
Yeah, and he almost be an unfair advantage because, you know, I'm sure she knows of him. Oh,
She never met him before, though. Because
Right.
she had literally gone
Right.
from Juan Pablo's season to filming her season.
Right.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that was our only like questionable moment for me this episode. I don't know
Yeah.
why they could have actually. Well, they had to show it because it happened, but like Cathy
She knew
said,
he wasn't in it for the right reasons.
no, but it brings up your point. They could have axed out that portion of the show and talked about the packages. They could have had longer packages about certain guys. You know,
Yeah.
That'd have been you know so. Not for me per se. But let us know what you guys think. So I'm trying to think anyone else that stood out.
We could talk about the bromance for a second, how that just, I don't know.
Andrew and Patrick.
You are on my level. The
You,
rest
man.
of them ain't on my level.
That's right, man. That's right. I'm just saying. We're poking fun. We love you guys. I will see what happens. So
Do they even know that there's a girl there? They're like already in love with each other.
I don't know. Ask the Jack Daniels.
yes, that's right. It was 4 a.m. Right? Okay. So now these 2 guys, I think if they don't end up with Andi, could be the next. I'm saying the next Bachelor already.
You're going that early.
I'm going that
Who?
early.
Wow. Who?
And they were back to back.
Okay. Could we have Roy pull up the pictures?
Yes.
Okay.
Chris S.
Chris S.
and Marcus.
Sorry, 1 second.
No worries. Chris S. was the German, Polish Ryan Gosling, the well-traveled man with the dreamy eyes. And, well, now that I'm talking about, could he be...
Chris
not-
S.
Chris is the farmer.
Yeah,
Yes,
Chris
I'm
is
sorry.
the
I'm sorry.
farmer.
Yeah.
I got him confused.
Okay.
Chris S. is the farmer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's kind of like that because there's a lot to him, but he's unassuming, like what we've said about him. And his one-on-one with Andi, they had like a real pretty chemistry.
They did have a good chemistry
between them.
Yeah.
So,
he
like,
seems sincere.
Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna win. But
There's something just intriguing about him.
Yeah.
I will say it is hard to date in Iowa. There are very few people. There are very few people. You end up dating like the same people as your friends because there's like
Wow.
And I lived in the biggest town in Iowa, so
Okay, so do we agree?
Nebraska's not much better.
yeah.
Am I too ahead of myself with Chris S?
No, I'm saying that could be a potential because he probably. It's very unlikely, or not very unlikely that he'll find someone, but it's hard to date there. So he would need like 25 girls to fly across country and be like, hey, move to Iowa because I live here.
I'm just
To
saying.
ride my tractor.
All right.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, singing moment. So anyone
Who was
else?
the other guy?
It was Marcus.
Oh, Marcus.
Right before him?
Yeah,
Yes.
Marcus.
Oh,
Sports
see?
medicine management. They touched
Am I wrong?
hands.
No, Marcus is cute. I could see that.
Yeah, he was cute. He's young though.
But he's
25.
yeah, exactly. There's
Oh.
something
Yeah,
Yeah,
about him that was
I
a
don't
little
think
too
that
young.
he's bachelor.
Can I tell
Yeah.
you who he reminds me of?
Who?
Kalen.
Oh, he does.
this
They
slick-
kind of look alike.
Yeah, they've got this like slick, like, gives me an off-putting thing.
I liked. Okay, so my favorites of the night: Chris, Dylan, Andrew, Eric, and Josh M.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So we just move on to if anyone stood out, let's rose ceremony and get out of here because it's probably like 3 a.m. You know. So let's.
If
move.
Josh M isn't it, he's definitely the next bachelor.
All right. Rose ceremony. Nick V, who got the first rose. You know, he was the shy Michael Cera type who, you know, and JJ.
I think Nick V is going a long ways.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So should we just? Are we doing? Well, before we do predictions, we should actually spend some time with our beautiful,
Yeah, let's do that.
special guest.
Oh,
Daniella
my.
McBride.
Daniela!
Haven't been spending time? No.
Is it too early to say where are they now? It's only been like not even a year since your season. But what have you been up to?
I've just been, well, I moved to LA. I was living in San Francisco, so now I'm in LA, and I've been, busy. I'm doing casting for
Okay.
different docuseries and reality shows, but I'm also doing on-camera stuff.
Right, we saw in the Schmoes Knows, which is a great. It's like this movie podcast. So you have all these.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm like behind scenes, but I'm also in front of the camera. Like I booked a couple pilots. I was in a movie
wow.
with Jamie Kennedy. So I've been busy.
Which movie?
It's Buddy Hutchins. It's an independent film coming out. So I had a little cameo in that.
Congrats.
Thank you. And so I've just been like really busy and loving LA. I've never been happier.
Good.
And now that it's been a year, well over a year since your the Sean Lowe experience on your season, what thoughts do you have? What did you learn from that? What did you take from that?
Yeah, I think number one, what I took from the whole experience is overall just the friends that I made. I had no clue, especially my season, just the relationships I would build with the women. And I learned so much about myself through the process. And I think that this show opened so many doors for me. So overall, it was one of the best experiences.
Really? So no, maybe Bachelor in Paradise?
I don't know. You guys have to watch. I even if I was invited, I wouldn't be able to tell you
same.
guys. So.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
going to be able to get you. Darn
Yeah.
it. All right.
But you know what? I hear great things, and it's coming out soon in August. So you guys
Yes.
have to stay tuned and
August
watch.
3rd. So, Cathy, we've been around. We've done 37 of these.
Yes.
And you watch Bachelor Canada. You watch Bachelor Australia. We watch everything.
Yeah.
We watch like Bachelor Mars. I'm telling you. So, are we going to do predictions on what we think
Dating
of
is
each
hard
guy?
on Mars. A what?
Are we going to do rose ceremony, or should we just do predictions on what we think of the guys, where they're going to go, how far they're going to go?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. We got to get out of here, so let's move on.
I have some news and
Oh,
gossip too.
music! I like that.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
We have news and gossip.
Fancy.
Yes. Let's do very quick news and gossip.
News in 2 minutes less with Cathy Kelley.
Courtney Robertson had a book come out recently. It's called I Didn't Come Here to Make Friends, which details her experience on The Bachelor. A lot of Bachelor family people are promoting that. Also, new Bachelor baby. Ashley and JP are expecting a baby, and she's been sharing pregnancy photos online, which are super cute.
I see the pictures of her.
exciting.
That's very cool. Good
Yeah.
for them.
She's got a little baby bump.
I heard a rumor. That, have you heard that they're moving possibly?
To where?
I heard possibly like Miami. I had heard
Oh,
that.
it says, yeah, right here.
Bienvenido.
The couple's lease is up in New Jersey in June, and they'll be moving to Miami.
Yeah, I met them at Sean and Catherine's wedding. They're so cute.
Yeah.
So they're really happy.
It's exciting.
What else you got for us?
And then 2 last things. Crispy, his bar in DC, actually won the best sports bar award. It's called the Bracket Room. So maybe he was on the show to promote his bar.
I heard about this. I would like to go there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
So that is, I guess, congrats, Chris.
Congrats,
and
Chris.
The last piece of news is another Bachelor alum has gotten engaged. Who do you think it is?
I don't know.
Out of 700 people, Cathy, how do
Ryan Bowers.
Oh, yeah.
He
I knew
got
that.
engaged
To who?
to a girl. She's gorgeous. Her name is Ana Cristina Rodriguez. Looks like a
Beautiful
model,
name.
probably a model because he likes them
Congratulations.
skinny, apparently, as we remember.
That's a beautiful name.
Yeah, so they ended up getting engaged, and he tweeted a very funny thing. She said yes to becoming my trophy wife.
Interesting.
Sense of humor.
If you remember
he's
that
playing it
thing
up.
on the season, Emily was not too happy with him. So that is the very abbreviated news and gossip for tonight, since we had so much to talk about.
Okay, so now, predictions. How far do we see these?
I like this music.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Whoa. It's getting fancy.
Hey, we spare no expense here at AfterBuzz. All right, so we're gonna go through who stayed. Nick V, going far. Yes,
I think
no?
he is.
Okay.
I think I think Nick V makes it top 6.
That was impression. Which one was Nick V?
Nick V. Nick
Nick
V was
V
the
was-
well-dressed man.
he was the
Oh.
first
Yeah,
rose.
first impression.
First,
rose.
first impression. That's what I thought.
And then
Yeah, he's going far.
going far. Going far.
Yes.
Okay, JJ, the Pantapreneur.
No.
Maybe like top 13, 14.
Okay, and you know Eric was the next one to receive a rose,
Yep.
and I really look forward, like I said, to what happens there. And Markel,
Surprising. Top 10, I'm guessing.
Markel,
Yeah,
cookies and cream.
I think so.
I think he could be maybe in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. His personality is cool. I like
Fantastic.
it. I
He's
dig
smooth.
him. He's
Yeah.
cool.
It's smooth, yeah.
Love cookies.
And Craig, who looks like Pacey from Dawson's Creek.
Oh my gosh, he does.
I think Craig makes a fool of himself somewhere. And there's some drama with Craig.
So he's out early. Oh, yeah, Roy, you're gonna have to go that song extra long because we gotta. Okay, let's move quickly. Tassos.
He'll make it top
I think
10.
she actually,
think so.
he
I
seems
agree.
very sincere. It seems like
Yeah.
he'll grow on her.
I agree.
Josh M, the Colgate smile.
Yeah.
Do you think
Top
Josh-
3.
I mean,
three?
top
2. Top.
Really?
Top
four
of the
or
top
five.
tops.
I feel like he's just, I see
He's either
chemistry.
got to be it or he's the next Bachelor.
Exactly.
Like, he's
Oh, okay.
so good
It's
looking.
well put together.
I didn't even think about that. Okay, so and then we have Brian, the b-ball coach.
Nah, I think
I don't
maybe
see it.
Maybe 1 or 2 more.
Bradley, the opera singer.
No.
No.
No,
Nope.
there can only be one Charlie. Okay, Marcus,
Which one's Marcus?
the Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yeah, he'll
I
make
like
it
him,
far.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think he's top 6.
I agree.
Top 6, top 8.
Yeah. Andrew, race car guy, half a bromance.
He's not pretentious. He's very unpretentious.
I don't know. Maybe like top 12.
Okay.
And Ron,
No, I think Ron's out next week, maybe the week after.
too nervous, too
Yeah.
too wallflowery, or
Yeah, I
from
didn't
what we
see
saw?
chemistry. There wasn't a spark.
And Carl, the CrossFitter, Carl, the firefighter.
Oh. I don't know.
It's too early.
Too early to know.
Yeah, it's right now.
Too
we're
early
just-
to
it's-
know.
If we systematically go through this, anyone stick out? Let's see.
Matthew McConaughey?
That's the next guy.
Chris.
Chris.
I think he will make it very far.
One of my
Yeah.
faves.
I would say top 4.
Yeah, my favorites like Marcus, Chris, and Josh were my
I could
favorites, and
actually-
Eric.
And Nick,
Eric
and
too.
Nick V,
While I
the
don't see them
well-dressed
together
Yeah.
just because of the whole,
And
like,
yes,
having to
of
move
course.
thing, I
Every
still
time.
think he could be, like, next Bachelor material.
one. Okay.
And Dylan from, I believe he's from Boston, the guy with the hair.
From Boston.
The one that you like.
Oh. I actually don't think that he's going to make it that, like, he's not going to make it to top 4. I just don't see it. I think that he's, like,
Agreed.
kind of, like, a jealous type.
And Brett, I think I'm saying it right now. Brett is staying for because he's gonna have great hair product. Okay, so I'm just.
I love it.
Yeah. So and then let's see, Patrick, the other half of the bromance.
I'll stick around
Yeah.
a little bit.
See, we're so like, yeah. And Cody, the personal trainer.
Nah.
No, I think
No.
maybe
Not
next,
for Andy.
One of the next couple weeks, maybe top 12.
I would say he sticks around for 2 more weeks because he's a producer's pick.
I think he's just gonna bring drama. He's gonna stir
Yeah.
the pot.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely. And then Nick S, the golfer.
I can
He'll
see
stay
Nick make it, yeah,
around.
top 10 maybe.
Yeah.
All right, Daniela, I'm gonna put you on a hot spot. We're about to leave. Who's gonna win it all?
You know what? I'm rooting for, I would say Josh.
Josh M. Okay.
He's my favorite. I think their chemistry is contagious.
Okay. And you guys too early?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm gonna go. My top 3: Chris, Josh M, and Nick V.
And maybe, yeah.
Okay, Cathy Cupcake.
Ugh.
Okay, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with Danny. I really like Chris so much. I think he's gonna be awesome with Chris.
Oh wait, who's the one who was the first rose again?
That was Nick V.
Nick V.
That's
I would
what-
say it would be Josh or Nick V.
Okay,
those two.
I agree. That we're all three saying the same people.
I just don't see it with Nick V.
She's into him.
Yeah,
Okay,
she is.
Kathy.
Okay.
Before we got to get out of here.
I don't know. Chris B is gonna win the whole thing. He's gonna come back next week and he's gonna win it.
Okay,
He's gonna run through those producers and security guards and win Andy's
He's
heart.
gonna run all the way to Andy's heart.
and a huge round of applause for Daniella McBride.
Aw,
Thank you.
thanks guys for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Wait, can I just say, what if they, so you know how Chris brought roses, what if they just cut off the stems and used those as the ones that they gave out tonight? Cutting costs.
Cutting costs.
Very
Sorry.
late. They're going to pull the lights on us. Okay. Danielle, where can they find you online? They
Yeah,
follow you on
Twitter at Daniella McBride, Instagram at Daniella McBride. So just stay tuned to see what's going on in my life.
All right.
Put up a very fun selfie of us earlier, by the way.
Yeah, you guys have to check it out.
And Danny, where can they follow
You
you?
can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Danny Hoyt.
Kelly.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley.
And Roya, thank you for putting up with us. We know we're 3 hours in. Where can the AfterBuzz Nation find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HeyRoya. That's HeyRoya.
Very nice. And you can find me at JC Rubio TV on Instagram and Twitter. So for Daniela, Danny, Kathy, Roya, I'm JC. We're your Bachelor After Show. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.